There was a day where my mother was hospitalized, so I did not have sex with Zell. He understood. He does have sexual needs, he does have sexual desires. But he understood Melissa is going through a difficult time right now, so I'm not going to make her feel bad about not having sex with me. That same day, I had cyber sex with Abhishek Desikan. I feel ashamed for what I did, because what I did was evil. It was what I wanted to do. I wanted to be evil. I wanted to flout the rules. I wanted to break the rules of my relationship with Zell, which was an open relationship. It was a relationship in which he was honest with me about his sexual desires. He was honest with me about his sexuality. He was doing the right thing. We had agreed upon the rules of our open relationship. And I lied. I'm still stuck in this horrible frame of mind where I just can't get out of this. I've dug such a deep hole for myself. But I have to somehow find the strength to dig myself out of this, to actually be positive toward life itself. I broke the rules again and again and again and again. And it's not just sexually. It should have mattered so much to me. It should have been so important to me that Zell loved me, that he wanted to marry me, that he wanted to have a child with me. It should have been inconceivable to me that I would say to Abhishek Desikan that I loved him, that I would say to Abhishek Desikan that I thought of him impregnating me, that I thought of having a child with him, of getting married to him, having life with him. The depths of betrayal, it is just disgusting. I wanted to be evil. I had no moral integrity in my relationship with Zell. I wanted to be bad. I wanted to waste my time. I wanted to not accept responsibility. I wanted to not live in reality, knowing every day the sun sets and you do not get that day back again. I was so eager to waste my time having sexual messages with Abhishek Desikan behind Zell's back, instead of doing anything productive with my time. It's just mind-boggling still. Zell was writing books. Zell was uploading videos. He was ambitious. He was talking about the future with me. And I just wanted to be a moping piece of shit. I wanted to treat Zell like shit when he talked to me about sexuality, what we had agreed upon in our open relationship. I didn't prioritize our sexual relationship. I didn't prioritize getting into shape, being sexually confident, and wanting to have a good sex life with Zell. No, instead, I was wasting my time, and I lied. I lied and lied and lied. Zell was wondering, what are you doing with your time? What did you do today? And I just lied through my teeth. What was I actually doing? I was sending these explicit messages to Abhishek Desikan behind his back. Breaking his heart, breaking the rules of the relationship again and again and again. And if I continue down this path, if I continue just being self-pitying, if I continue just being so negative, having a negative attitude toward my life, toward life in general, toward what I can actually do moving forward, I know it will only get worse from here. Today has to be the last day. August 23rd has to be the last day. And I have to look back at this video. I have to document this, and I have to be able to look back and say, Melissa, you promised that you would finally have a positive attitude, that you would have a positive attitude toward life. If I continue down this route of being mired in self-pity, just drowning in my own sorrow over how I've screwed up my life by age 31, what am I going to accomplish when I'm 32, when I'm 33, 34, 35? Nothing. I won't do anything to make the world a better place. Really, the only option, the only way that I can make any positive contribution to the world with the limited time I have left on this planet, the limited time that I am alive, the only way to do that is by starting to have a positive attitude. It is really that simple. Okay, I've had a bad attitude, I've had a terrible attitude, and I've wasted so much time, and I have hurt and devastated Zell. And I've hurt other people too. These other people are human beings too. The other people that I had affairs with, whatever you want to call it, the people I was having online correspondence with, I am aware, okay? I have not contributed positively to other people's lives. The only way that is going to change is if I actually just change my attitude. Yes, of course, I fucked up. I made terrible decisions again and again and again. It's not just one mistake, right? No, I chose to do the wrong thing again and again and again. I chose to be bad. I chose to be evil. I chose to be immoral, a person who's morally bankrupt. I made that decision again and again. Well, the only way that's going to change is if I make decisions each day that are not morally bankrupt, that are at least neutral, but yeah, better, that I have a positive attitude. Today's the day. Today's the day. I just finally have to say, I'm quitting being this negative person. I can't accept a future in which I am only getting worse from here, that I'm only making the world a worse place. I have to do something, and that is predicated upon my having a positive attitude. I was in an open relationship with Zell, and I could have actually taken pride in my relationship with him. I could have taken pride in my sexual relationship with him. I could have prioritized our sexual relationship, but I did not do that. I am reading my messages with Abhishek Desikan, the messages where I was lying to Zell. I was behind his back being a cam whore. Really, what I did is worse than prostitution. If I had been a prostitute when I lived with Zell, if I had been honest with Zell, I could be saying today, hey, I was a whore, but at least I never lied. But that's not what I can say today. All I can say today is I lied to Zell. I treated him like shit. I was a prude in my relationship with Zell. Yes, he really cared about my sexual happiness. He prioritized my sexual happiness. He gave me many, many orgasms. We had a lot of sex, but that doesn't mean that I was the one really putting in effort. And it wasn't that I was saying to Zell, it really matters to me that you're sexually satisfied in your relationship with me. No. Zell loved me. I loved Zell. There was nothing wrong with us having a lot of sex. But I was a prude. I really made our sexuality something that could have been positive into something really negative because of my attitude. Sex does not have to be evil, does not have to be disgusting the way that I made it with this cheating behind Zell's back. Life does not have to be disgusting. It doesn't have to be a series of horrible decisions. You can actually start making good decisions. You can actually start being a good person. You know, it is not too late for me to actually try to take on a positive attitude toward my life. And I know, I feel so guilty. I feel so ashamed. I feel that I should just be suffering. I feel I should just be miserable. I feel that's the only, what sense of justice is there in me actually having some sort of positive attitude after I've done this, after I've ruined Zell's life, after I've ruined my own life, after I've negatively impacted so many people this way. It is not computing to me. I'm still stuck in this horrible frame of mind where I just can't get out of this, right? I've dug such a deep hole for myself. But I have to somehow find the strength to dig myself out of this, to actually be positive toward life itself. To find somewhere the strength to actually have the optimism needed to make a difference in the world, to actually make the world a better place. That changes today, August 23rd, 2024. Changes now.